maiden name is Ai.
Koko Ai. Now Koko Ai.
That's the Gaza.
Okay, and main Egan is the fancy part.
The main Egan is my husband's name.
Oh yes, he's fancy.
Also, that's right.
Amazing. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I'm going to ask you rapid fire questions. J Foundation. What is J Foundation?
Okay, so it's an NGO set up to take care of preterm babies and their mothers. Basically, preterm babies and their mothers.
Preterm babies and their mothers. What is a preterm baby?
Okay, so a baby born before 37 weeks of pregnancy is a preterm baby. And then we have the extreme preterm, the very preterm, and then those getting to the full term.
Ooh.
Yes, so we can have babies born at 6 months, 24 months. That's the extreme preterm. And yeah.
24 weeks.
Oh, sorry, 24 weeks. So 6 months. Yes.
So the regular birth is 37 weeks to 42 weeks.
No, to 40.
To 40 weeks.
Yes.
To 40 weeks.
Yes, it doesn't go beyond 40.
So
people go beyond
anything before 37 weeks
is preterm. Yes.
So if it's, let's say, 30 weeks.
It's preterm.
But that's not extreme.
No, that's not extreme. That would be very.
Very. So if somebody's born 24 weeks, that's serious.
Extreme, yes, because then your lungs are not developed. It's the last thing to develop.
The lungs.
Yes, and then between 32 to 40 weeks, that's the fattening period. So when you come out before 32 weeks, you are thin as hell.
Oh.
So that's when they look like they're old because...
Yes, the fat hasn't started building.
Yes.
I see.
Exactly.
So when did you originate this foundation?
So we registered it in December 2018.
Okay.
And we started our works immediately in January 2019. So the whole of last year we were busy.
Why did you start this whole thing?
Okay, so we had some of the directors of the J Foundation, I think 4 mothers. Yes,
4 mothers?
Yes, they went through similar situations. They had preterm babies, different circumstances. And out of the pain and frustration that we went through, we had another parent come to us about a baby who was born preterm but had a hole in heart. So we started helping in that regard, started gathering funds. Eventually we got baby Ikea to fly out of the country because in Ghana we can do surgical sessions on tiny babies. Yes, not only preterm but neonates, tiny babies.
We can't.
No, we can't.
We don't have the facilities.
We don't have the facilities. So we were getting her to India. Let's say on a Saturday she died on a Monday or something.
Wow.
So that set us back a little bit, but we realized that there were more babies out there that we needed to help. We can't say that because we were not successful with baby Ikea, we should fold our arms and watch other babies suffer. So we decided.
So that gave the impetus to say, let's do something.
Let's do more.
Let's do something.
Yes. And I had a very, very unpleasant situation because I lost my baby boy to prematurity. Yes. Yes. So we
sorry about
so
that.
Thank you so much. So out of our pain, we want to give other mothers there some happiness, some comfort, that we're here for you. Yes, it can be financially draining, emotionally, and then psychologically as well. So we are here for you. So we do a number of things.
Before we get there, what is needed? Talk to me about what should a proper hospital that can cater for a preterm baby have?
So a proper hospital should have a neonatal intensive care unit separate from the maternity ward.
The so-called NICU.
NICU, yes.
Okay.
Like the PICU, like the pediatric intensive care unit.
Okay.
Those are for like older babies that have been discharged or the kids. So you should have a NICU, and they should only house the babies and the mothers. Now every baby should have an incubator to each, like to itself. And then they should have their own cots. They shouldn't be sharing.
Yeah. Because infections can't fly over the place.
Exactly. They need to receive all the medical treatments they need to survive, especially for the extreme preterm. They need to be put on oxygen for a while. They need to be tube fed because they are not ready to eat yet. They can't suck. So they need to be tube fed. They need to be given antibiotics against infections. Yes.
So they need specialized care for a period.
Yes.
Which is what the NICU must do.
Yes, they have to be there for, some are there for 2 months. And then after that, they are moved to a kangaroo mother care unit.
Okay.
Where the mother has to bond with the baby. The baby has to get a certain weight before they are discharged. Or else you can't manage it at home.
So they definitely need a NICU. How many of our hospitals have NICUs?
Just a few.
A few. Because I recall interviewing a gentleman who lost his wife in one of these hospitals, and he said he had to send the baby to a NICU at Insawam.
Oh,
I think that's what he said. I don't know if that's correct. Or
that even breaks my heart, because Insawam doesn't have a NICU. You can't call it a NICU. It's like half of the studio. You can't call it a NICU.
Wow.
The roofs are leaking. There are no ACEs working. There's just one incubator there. You know what we do in Ghana? So in Ghana, we don't have neonatal intensive care units. What we do, separate units, what we do is that in the maternity ward, when we start having sick babies, those babies who are born, if you are even born full time and you have jaundice, you are taken into the neonatal intensive care unit, because you have to be under the light. Now, in Ghana, what happens is that in the maternity ward, we create a small unit. And that is why infection is so high. And then we keep all these babies there. We squash all of them there.
So you don't think that what we are talking about is even qualified to be called a NICU in the Sawam case?
When you check it out, that's not how a neonatal intensive care unit is supposed to, because it's supposed to have good ventilation. It's supposed to have adequate incubator. It's supposed to be spacious. Do you get me? You are not supposed to see everybody walking in and out. It's only for mothers. Before mothers get in, you have to wash your hands. You have to change your clothing, wear something. In Ghana, we don't do that. They go in, they come from the markets, the same outfit. They take it into the neonatal intensive and then carry the babies, feed them. Now, when you check the statistics from 2015 till date, most of the babies the preterm babies die before 30 days.
They don't survive.
No.
And you think it's because of the system we've put in place. The system doesn't work.
No, we haven't put. You see, and I always say this: it's heartbreaking. It's mine. I think that we don't really think about our children, and because of that, when your child health care is poor, you are not developed as a country.
So collectively, as a society, we haven't invested in.
No, we haven't.
Which is why we are seeing what we are seeing.
Yes, we just leave them to God. Oh, let's just improvise. Let's just do this and put them here. Let's get somebody to donate an incubator and put them here. Let's just do this in the meantime, So you have 10 babies and they are sharing one incubator. They ration. Every 2 hours they put one baby in. How is that possible? These babies are supposed to be we're supposed to be in the womb. So they are supposed to get that warmth. So what they do is that in Ghana, what we do is that we put them, we let them do the skin to skin, even when they are that tiny. But you see, the infection is so high because you keep changing the babies, you keep them in the same incubator, they keep,
it doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay, now to the best of your knowledge, is it that the medical personnel are adequately trained in premature baby care and they don't have the equipment and facilities, or do you think there's also a gap in training for our health professionals when it comes to premature baby care?
Okay, I think that the training is done. We have nurses and everything there. But the last time we spoke to one of the consultants at the neonatal intensive care unit at Kolibu, he mentioned that a lot of the nurses don't want to go into that field because it's a lot of work. They'll prefer to be transferred to the polyclinic. So this is a way. We also have something that we do to motivate the nurses and the doctors to work with to take care of these babies. They are miracle babies. Life is already hard, and you don't have to start it struggling or battling to survive. And I think that as a country, we have to look at it as a holistic problem, try to fix it. They need a chance. We have to give them a chance to live. If they are pulling their weight, they're still breathing. Some mothers have difficulties having babies. And so it puts them in a condition. Some of them are not able to breathe, or if even they are full-term or not preterm. Do you get me? Once the baby is breathing, it's up to us
to ensure that they survive.
Yes.
Gives them a fighting chance, yeah.
So
but I don't think that is there.
So in other countries that you visited, I'm sure you'd say that the percentage of survival or the rate of survival for preterm is much higher than in Ghana?
Of course, Bernard. In Ghana, in 2018, Kolebu, it was 30%, the mortality rate of, yes.
What is it? Do we have an idea of what it is?
It was mainly, they said it was infection.
Infection.
Yes.
And that's basically based on what you've described, the fact that they don't have. Wow. So what does your foundation do then?
Okay. So we do a number of things. One, we realized that we have to educate the mothers. So we have regular talks with expectant mothers that it's likely that your baby might come early, and these are the steps to take.
Okay.
Because we've realized that most babies I shouldn't say most. Some babies have been abandoned at the hospitals
because they don't know the women don't know what to do.
I wish I could show you a picture of a preterm baby. You can see their ribs, their spinal cord, like they look like lizards. Sorry to say. So when mothers see them like that with a small head and everything, they
lose hope.
They think they might not survive, or they might have health conditions, and it might give them more financial implications. So no. They leave these babies. Now, unfortunately, these babies thrive only on breast milk. You can't feed them with formula. So we educate these mothers. We also do regular donations to the hospital. So in 2019, we donated to Kolebu not once, a couple of times. Shayo Sudoku, Tema General, in Sawam Government Hospital, and Keita Municipal Hospital.
What are you donating to them? What do you give them?
We donate medical equipment. We donate food items to the mothers to encourage them to eat those in the kangaroo mother care unit. We give them clothing like the kangaroo mother care cloth that they use for the skin to skin. We donate cord sheets, and then like stuff that the babies will need, ambu bags, digital thermometers. They should have several of them so that each baby can have one thermometer. We donate suction machines, anything.
So all these things are needed?
Yes, and what we do is that we come to the hospital and we ask for your needs. So we do a needs assessment. We look at the list, get some donors and see the most important things that we can purchase, and then we donate them. So we've done that. Aside that, we realize that the hospitals, they do the cleaning every day, but it's still dirty. There's the stench there because there's people going in and coming out. So we've done, for Kolebu last year, we did a thorough cleaning, ceiling, floor, everywhere. Thoroughly, we did it twice. We did one at Tema General. And then we also have a counseling team that speaks to mothers, because most families need support in that regard, and we don't even consider that.
The psychological effect, yeah.
Yes, and now these babies, when they are discharged, most of the mothers don't come back to the hospital. They need therapies. They need to be checked up on, because for preterm babies, from the time that they are born to 5 years, that's when they develop certain conditions. It might not show during the period that they are in the hospital, but when they go home, they are discharged. That is when you would realize that, your baby is not breathing properly, or your baby plays a little bit and then goes off, or your baby's eyes are not moving. Yes. So there's a problem when they are very preterm or extreme, and they put them on oxygen, and the baby still has problems. So when they get too much oxygen, or they call something the oxygen flow meter. When it is faulty, and the baby takes in too much oxygen, it damages their eyes.
Wow.
And the operation cannot be done in Ghana. They need surgical operations, and it can't be done. You have to go to India.
So I'm asking, you are not a doctor, you are not a health worker, but you obviously know a lot about these things. Is there some sort of unit in the Ghana Health Service that deals with neonatal?
Yes, the child care healthcare unit.
Are you in touch with them at all?
Yes, please.
What are they saying? What's their problem? What do they want? How come I'm not hearing them talk about this? Why are you the one talking about this and not them?
Because in 2015 they put a statement out there on World Prematurity Day that they need support from not only the government, but they need support from
private individuals as well.
Private, because they can't do it all by themselves, and they've realized that the problem is bigger. In 2015, so many babies, like 8,400 babies died. I mean, every 15 minutes there was a baby dying. Like
prematurity.
Wow.
Yes. And most of these babies were not even 30. They were not 30 days old, and they were just, So they realized that the problem, they couldn't fix it by themselves. They needed help. They needed support. Yes.
All right.
So just to be clear, you've done this for 2 years, and where do you get your resources from?
Well, we just started in 2019.
2019, yeah, so that's a year.
So when we started as a team, I have a team that I work with. They are like 15 people, and we started contributing on monthly basis. So a minimum amount, we do the visitations. We decide that we are going to speak to people who listen to us. We got some generous people who supported our cause. So for every donation exercise that we wanted to do, we had some few people that we spoke to. They raised funds, we put it together, and then we bought the items and donated to the hospitals.
Wow.
So that's what we've been doing so far.
What's the next level for you? Are you going to build some NICU?
Oh, yes. Sometime this year, so COVID has drawn us back a bit, but sometime last year, sometime this year in February, we got a call from Keita Hospital. So when we visited Keita Hospital, they have the same situation as in Sawam. In fact, the Sawam has a very, I don't want to talk about the Sawam. Last year when we visited in Sawam, it was a terrible, they put the babies on tables. And then they hold, like the drawers, they hold them and then they open the drawers. There's no space. So we were thinking about building a neonatal intensive care unit at Sawam, but Keita got it first.
So you built it from scratch? How does that work?
So what we did was that they had an old mother shed at Keita, and we got news that they had an overflow of babies in February. So like they had 40 babies. They have this morning queue that takes five babies at a time, but they had 40 babies at that moment, and some of them had to be on the floor and the outside.
Wow.
Under a shed in the sun and all that. Look at sick babies there. How many of them will thrive? So we quickly rushed, and then we had to come up with a plan. So the hospital allowed us. They had this old mother shed. We converted that into a neonatal intensive care unit, and then put up a new mother shed for them.
Wow.
Around the same corner. Yes. So we commissioned it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. So clearly you have something to show for your work.
Yes.
I see. How much money would you need to do the same thing you did in Keita in like
anyway? Well, in Keita, with furnishing, putting courts and everything in there, we did about 87,000 Ghana cedis. So if we should get 90,000, we can do the same thing at Sawam. We can do one at Cape Coast, because we know we have to do Cape Coast, we have to do Sawam as well.
87,000 Ghana cedis. And what's the capacity of what you did? So you said there were only 5 babies.
20 beds.
This can accommodate 20.
Yes, we put them in 2 separate wards. Yeah, so it's 20 beds.
So if every regional hospital had one,
it would alleviate the burden.
You know what happens? Because in Koforidua, they don't have a NICU at all. So when mothers have babies, that's why the gentleman said they have to move them in an ambulance all the way or in a cab. So it's Sawam government
you use a taxi.
Yes, so
wow.
It's sad. Can you imagine?
How can babies cannot survive that?
How can we find you? Where are you? Are you online?
Okay, so we have a website, www.jfoundation.net. So
jfoundation.net.
Yes.
JAY
Foundation.
One word, .net.
Yes, please.
That's your website.
Yes.
How can people donate to you?
And then we have a social media. We are on social media, J Foundation 18, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
J Foundation 18.
Yes.
18, the letter
18. The figures 18. And then you can send us an email at voices@jfoundation.net. You can reach us on phone if you want to donate baby clothes, anything that you want to donate. You can call us on 0244 762751. 0244 762751. And then we have a Momo number that you can send money on if you attach 0245 729197. 0245 729197. We also have an EcoBank account. So should I mention the number?
You already mentioned it, so just if I don't know if people can remember that.
Yes,
I
think once you're on J Foundation, I'm on the Facebook page.
The website. Yes. All
everything
other
is there.
Information is there. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Koko Main Egan,
Yes.
a former banker.
Oh, I didn't speak about the educational document.
Yeah, you can't speak of everything. So okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I will have time to talk to you again.
Okay.
But thank you very much. If you go to the Facebook page, I've just gone there, J Foundation 18. You see a lot of the things they do. And they were at the Temajano Hospital recently. They've also been to Keita. I see that there as well. Yes, It's there. Everything is there. You can donate, as she said. The mobile. Once you go on the website or go to the Facebook page, you can get a lot of information.
Yeah, everything.
Support them. It's a good cause. You are the kind of citizen we like. So you resign your work to do this. You stop your banking work to do this. So you do your own business now.
Yeah.
That is great.
Exactly.
That's great. Well done. Well done.
Yes.
You are the kind of person we like on Citi. Yeah. You say you have a video too, eh?
Yes, we have an educational documentary.
On this?
Yes.
How long is it?
Keep talking to the mothers.
So
Well, they are in 8.
it's easier for them to watch it instead of talking.
Yes, it's in 8 different parts. We are hoping that we can air it in most of the hospitals. So when you
they can see and understand.
You can actually watch it. Yeah, we can reach far more people than talking to it.
You are the citizen they are talking about. You are not a spectator.
No.
Well, I want to say thank you to my team. I really have a supportive team, and God bless them. God bless all our donors as well. And
Fantastic.
God bless you, Citi FM.
Always a pleasure.